Rig, rig. Yes, hello? Okay. Alright. Oh, hey! Hello, animals! This is Story Shamans. This week, we're moving on to Cubby number 3. World. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good one. The world of your story can be broken down into 4 different aspects. Location, reality, time period, and duration. The location is the setting of your story. Where does it take place? In the mountains? In the jungle? In a small town? In the big city? Where's it at? Once you have that, round it out with a metaphor. How about the big city is a jungle? That one's a classic, and a cliche by this point. Okay. The small mountain town is a social and economic pyramid. The rich living it up on the top, and the poor and oppressed slumming it at the bottom. Not bad. Oh, I got one. You, sit down. I got one. Astronauts. They're living in a space station, and it's orbiting the Earth. Beep bop boop, and the space station is a prison. You get the idea. The reality of your story can be just as important as your location. A lot of the time, you'll see people use the simple reality of the normal world. The story takes place in the real world. Easy, simple, done. However, if your story takes place outside of normal reality, then you will spend a great deal of time building that alternate reality of your story. Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate, Battlestar Galactica, Stardust. Ooh. The reality you build for your story can be positive, Toy Story, or it can be negative, The Terminator. It could be what we call a hyper-reality, where it's in the real world, but it's an exaggerated form. The Mission Impossible series. Good goddamn movies. And then you have what we call a fill-in-the-blank reality. That's when you have one cohesive theme for a reality that can be summed up in a single word or phrase, but where it's not so much a metaphor, but a literal translation. For example, the world is a fill-in-the-blank. Video game. Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Nice. You see the difference. In Scott Pilgrim, the world of the story explicitly followed the framework and the rules of a video game. It went beyond just metaphor. Aside from the overarching choices, there are small, more nuanced ways of crafting a world's reality. These small details are especially helpful when your story takes place in the real world. You could create quirks or customs that give this world a specific identity. You could have the ever-present religiosity of a small town, the pervasive honor and kinship of a warrior society, or something as simple as a linguistic commonality. People in this world always say, "Don't you worry," instead of "You're welcome." Simple, but effective. All of these things create a world, an atmosphere, and a context that your story lives in. On a final note, let's talk about time period and duration. Time period is pretty straightforward. Past, present, future. And the duration of your story can span a few hours or a few generations. It depends on the scope of your story. These world traits may be simple, but they're very important. You have to know the when and the how long of your story. Your world is incomplete without them. Next week, we'll be moving on to Cubby number 4. Moral. It's gonna be a long one. Starman! Yeah!